Welcome to Truths, Proofs, and Firewater Reviews. I'm Lindsey and this is John, risking his liver to discover new whiskeys. We base our reviews on a 25-point scale, 5 points on the nose, 10 on the palate, 5 on the finish, and 5 points combined for the bottle and color of the juice. Now on to the review. So it's been a interesting day for us today. John's mom had a pacemaker put in this morning, so we've been at the hospital all day and we're a little tired. But what better day to finish out? Everything went well. She is home and resting, so we're drinking. John is doing a blind review today.
So we are going to get this one posted right away. We are going to be posting a little less for the next couple weeks just so I can get a stockpile, and we're going to get a consistent schedule. So like double blinds on Thursdays, cork and dusties on Fridays, and then regular blinds before those, maybe Wednesdays, Tuesdays. Don't know what the schedule is going to be exactly yet, but let's get into our blind review.
Look at it.
I lost my notes. Alright, so this one confused me a lot. It's very bright and fruity. A very sweet apple.
Okay.
A little floral, quite a bit vanilla. A little bit of alcohol gets in the way, but... And I had a little strawberry.
That's interesting.
It's so fruity and floral that it kind of smells like a body spray from like Bath and Body Works.
Okay. Interesting.
Honey and sugary, fruity, like smelling like a jam or jelly. Like a grape jam.
Okay.
The fruitiness came out more the longer it sat. So it smells kind of young to me though. I do smell some rye in there. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. I really like the smell on this one.
Nice. Whoa, done hatch.
Which confused me because the palate is just okay. It's a little peppery. The rye definitely comes through. A little cinnamon. It's a little sweet, but not like what I was expecting going off the nose. A little perfumey and bitter.
So there's some interesting notes for...
I took like an hour on these notes. Vanilla is in there. It really doesn't seem to have much age going by the nose and
God
taste.
dang.
What?
Them legs go for days.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
It seems young, and if it's not, maybe aged in a cooler environment. Not sure it's a bourbon. I was kind of thinking Irish, but I got that rye, and that threw that out the window. It's not Canadian. I don't really get that Canadian taste.
That Canadian twang.
Yeah, it's got that interesting taste.
Yeah.
It's very middle of the road.
What'd you give it?
I actually not done with my notes.
Oh.
I get a little plum. That's the fruitiness that I get, like a plum jam. I don't know if that's the thing. Kind of reminds me of that. But it's not like super strong. It's just kind of muted. The fruit is muted.
Okay.
Or turned way down. I would actually say like the rye aftertaste, not really so much peppery, and the perfumey bitteriness vanilla is the star of it. I gave it a 6 out of 10 just because it's okay.
Okay.
I don't really get any wood on much of it at all except the char. A little bit of char. Now the finish, it has thin mouthfeel that was a little numbing and bitter. I'm gonna take out the numbing. I don't really get that anymore. I don't know why I had that. It fades to some sweetness, a little vanilla and apple. Medium finish, decent. Give it a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
The look, it looks pretty light. It's kind of like an oak furniture. Oak furniture
There's a T
looking
in
wood.
there somewhere.
Just that varnish, the oak colored varnish.
Okay. Them legs go for days.
Yeah, it's quite light. It's
got some
bright,
nice
like
beads.
gold. Ton of legs, ton of beads.
What do you think?
Surprising amount of legs. I had fast moving but thin, but
Yeah,
many.
They're thin.
I gave it a 1.75 out of 2.5.
So what does that give you before the bottle?
15.25.
Any guesses?
I did not have a guess. I put very confused, 80 to 90 proof.
Okay, well.
High West, American Prairie Bourbon.
So.
46% alcohol. That would make
92.
it 92. I was close.
I've been trying to blind John on this bottle about 867 times.
It was like 4.
867. Every stinking time. Found it in the back of the truck. Saw it on my table.
Saw that it was lower.
Saw that it was lower than what it was. Every time he gets me and he's like, oh, I know what it is. Okay.
So she left a sample out for me last night. I reviewed it last night.
Okay, well,
yeah,
I'm going to talk about this company for just a second. I know that I talked a little bit about them when we did Midwinters. So their mash bill is kind of funky. So this one is a blend of a undisclosed source and MGP. So the MGP is 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% malted barley. And the undisclosed source is 84% corn, 8% rye, and 8% malted barley.
Okay, so I do know that undisclosed mash bill is a Dickel mash bill.
Because he's smart and figured it out. So, undisclosed, it's Dickel. We're pretty sure.
You can't say
we
for
can't
sure.
say for sure, but
I
we're
think
pretty
their
sure.
American Prairie Reserve was 4 Roses.
Yeah.
And I think that's why people like that more.
Because the
4
juice in
Roses
it.
instead of Dickel.
So, between the two of them, they are aged between 2 to 13 years, just depending on which one you get.
So there is youngness in there.
Yes. It is not chill filtered, which I don't think they have anything chill filtered.
I don't think so.
It is centered in Utah, and so it was founded by David Perkins in 2006, and it was the first full distillery since 1870. They started in Utah. He was in love with the West. He loved the whole Western vibe, so he decided to open a distillery there. He opened it and started distilling it in 2007, and then he actually opened up a larger distillery in Wanship, Utah in 2015. In 2016, they were deemed Distillery of the Year and by Whiskey Advocate. So my biggest thing, I am an animal lover, and this was very interesting to me because this is called the American Prairie Reserve Bourbon was the original name of this, and it was dedicated to an actual reserve that is a 5,000 square mile reserve in the lower 48 states. It's the largest reserve in the lower 48 states, and it is because the pronghorn that's on here, out west, they're everywhere. We've been out west before, and you see them everywhere. But their habitat has decreased 98% since, when was it? since the 1800s. So that's been over the last 200 years. Their habitat has fallen so far that they're trying to create this reserve to help that, because the American pronghorn has one of the largest migration routes, and they migrate almost 500 miles. So they're putting proceeds from every bottle sale towards that donation. So
That's pretty cool.
we're approved.
Even though I didn't love it, I'd buy another one.
Right.
Maybe stick to pints.
Yes, we found a lot of stores that have a lot of pints, which is nice, because then we can try out all the different stuff. They have a lot of different ryes. They have the campfire, they have the yippee they have the boo rye. They have all kinds of stuff, and I'm very excited to start seeing some of it. So
who did the art on this? I know you looked that up.
Diane Whitehead is the artist for all of the bottles. So that was kind of interesting too, but that they put that on there. And they have their story on the back of all of their bottles too. So this one has it's all about the American Wild West and this, that, and the third, but then it also goes into the reserve. So
this is from a 2018 batch. Do you remember what the letter and the numbers mean?
January 30th of 2018.
So A means January and 30th is the day.
Yep.
All right. So
bottle.
I don't mind it. I like it because it's unique and you look at it and you know what it is. It's got the old fashioned looking blown glass. Has a lot of bubbles.
I love the bottom of it.
It's
not very uneven.
They stuck to the High West. They stuck to what they liked. I'll get the bottle 1.75. I like it, but I don't love it.
Give you 17, so 68.
I didn't do the juice yet either. Did I?
I did.
So 1.75 would give it 17 even.
So that means 68. How do you feel?
Accurate?
Yeah.
I mean, it really smelled good. And the longer it sat out, you just poured this for me, and it's smelling better the longer it sits out. It's getting more and more fruity.
Yeah.
The youngness doesn't bother me. They are really good at blending.
Whatever they're doing it well.
I'll try more of them.
Yeah.
So
68 is fair for you?
Do I need to double check your math? I don't know if I trust you.
17 and 17 is 34.
Okay,
34 and 34 is 68.
So you finally got High West on me. How did it feel?
Finally. I mean, praise Jesus, we got it done.
I have to buy you a new one. It's almost gone.
I know. He's replacing all of my pints that he keeps draining.
All right. Well, we'll get more videos out soon.
Yes. So that wraps up this review. Leave a comment if you have tried this whiskey and let us know what you thought. Please like and share us to social media, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to leave a suggestion for our next review. Thanks for watching.